many push-ups you gonna...
Man, we're back again.
I know.
We're almost sad to see the regular season go, but it was playoffs tonight.
Yeah, and it was just down to the wire in every game that we were at. I mean, just nail biters and good stuff.
It's everything you want in sports, right?
Absolutely.
I'm Tim O'Brien. That's Tali Latoy. It is Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Honda the Desert. We hear you here on NBC Palm Springs. First round of the CIF Southern Section playoffs tonight, and it was just out of this world.
We had 6 teams all here in the Valley, from Yucca Valley to Thermal. An exciting night for us, Tim, out there, though.
Yeah, well, each week, you notice our buddy Gil's not here tonight. Gil and his wife doing another gala, being honored again. They're just the power couple of the Valley. But each week, they give away $250 to the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week. That is Gil, and of course, he's the general manager of Honda of the Desert. It was this time for the Trojans to shine. Gil got in his car, he went all the way up to Yucca Valley, had a little surprise for the league champs. Take a look.
Miles Harper, come on up, Miles. Miles, you're getting $250 from Honda of the Desert. You are NBC Palm Springs Athlete of the Week, offensive. Let me get Joseph. Where's Joseph? How many push-ups you gonna do? I'm sorry. Hey, real quick, what are you gonna do with the money?
Yeah, I probably.
Gas?
No, I'll use it for.
Nice dinner. All right. He said he's taking you guys out to dinner. That's what I heard. What about you? What are you gonna do with the money?
I don't know. I think I just bought a set of car keys. So I think I'll buy it.
Car keys? Hey, I know where you can get some car keys at Honda the Desert. Good job, guys.
They're so, that's always nice. I love it. And he has so much fun doing that with all the guys, and they love it too.
It's the highlight of his week, and he'll be very open about that. He just loves seeing the reaction. Because a lot of the times the coach, we get in touch with the coach, they'll tell us which players usually, but the coach doesn't always tell the players, so it's pretty cool. It's a complete surprise.
I love the surprise on their faces, always. But guys, let's get into the action. First round of the playoffs, and we start in Desert Hot Springs. First ever playoff game at home for the Golden Eagles, taking on the Harupa Valley Jaguars. Now, Minion theme night for them tonight. I absolutely love this. And with the all-white unis today looking super clean, Coach Provost matching in the white hoodie for the sideline boss. The Golden Eagles, they would start off with the ball first. Take a look at this, though. I said what Messiah Smith can do in the air, he can also do on the ground, using his legs to get the first down and then some. Now, they also were trying to run Christian Davis, but it just couldn't get anywhere. So, of course, Messiah Smith, well, he's going to throw it up, looking for Jordan Gillespie, but it's picked off by Jaguars' Johnny Martinez, and he'll drop it right around there. Slips out, slippery out there, I guess. After all the commotion, it does come down to being the Jaguars' ball, though. But, Tim, listen to this. A quick 3 and out, and, well, DHS is back in the driver's seat, back in control, and they'll try to run big dog Christian Davis, but he's not budging against this defense. So what does he do then? Messiah Smith takes what he learned and puts it in the air again. This time, Jair Baroche with a short catch, but he'll take it a long way, all the way to the house, I would have to say. DHS scores here 7-0. Golden Eagles talk to him, Messiah and company. Now, the Golden Eagles will find themselves down 26-7, Tim, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and that is the final for them. 27-26, Golden Eagles.
Wow.
They advanced to the second round.
It's a complete tale of two halves, right? You're down 26-7 in the first half, even into the third quarter, not necessarily looking their best. You heard earlier tonight at 6, I had a chance to speak with Coach Provost, so we're going to run the ball. We're going to do everything we've done to get us to this point, and, you know, they actually use their arm a little bit. Sometimes game plan doesn't go according to plan, but congrats to Coach Provost. I shot him a text about an hour ago. So pumped.
Me too.
Did you? Yeah,
shout out, Coach.
He's so pumped, and it's their first playoff win in school history. How about that?
I love that. No, and at home, in front of everyone.
In front of their fans. They will be on the road. They're going to hit one of the LA schools. Coach Provost told me the name of the school they're going to play, but it slipped my mind. But they will be on the road next Friday night. Just getting started here on Friday Night Lights here on NBC Palm Springs. The Desert Empire League champs said the job wasn't done just yet. Rancho Mirage hosted Sonora on Rattler Road. We have those highlights coming up in a bit.
Plus, Coachella Valley, well, they said they were hungry to win, Tim, and tonight they ate and left no crumbs out there on the field. All the action from Thermal coming up as well.
All right, welcome back here to Friday Night Lights on NBC Palm Springs. We talked about it before the break. The DEL champ Rancho Mirage Rattlers hosting the Sonora Raiders tonight at home. Now, the Rattlers with some of the finest uniforms around, if I say so myself. It was a little intimidating rolling up to the parking lot today. Sonora had RVs and flags, and their whole fan base was ready to rock. Like, it was like a big league production. Yeah, it was pretty wild. Let's go ahead and take a look now. Rancho taking the field. It was kind of cool. They do a slow walk before they even get to their tunnel with their flags. First time myself seeing that. Captains at midfield, shaking hands. How you doing? Good luck. Keep it moving. And Sonora would defer. Here we go, right out of the gate. You're going to watch this because it's Edward Johnson takes the catch, right? Goes down the sideline. Well, I get knocked into. I lose my camera. He ends up scoring. I'm sorry, I didn't get it, though. Oh, good. Back and forth we go. It's Anthony Abad for Sonora. He punches it in. They would kick the extra point. It's 7-6 Sonora. All right, they go ahead and do it again. Sonora says, I want to keep going. And Anthony Abad on the ground, again, his second of the game. Something like 16 or 17 touchdowns on the season. Our buddy Judd Spicer from Desert Sun told us. I saw him over there today. Kid's a stud. Oh, I did catch the back half of this touchdown, though, of Edward Johnson again. So 2 touchdowns. Well, I didn't get hit that time. I was good. Touchdown. Bang. 14-12. Sonora. Rancho is not done. You're going to see they're going to try and go for the 2-point to tie it at 14. And that's Yanni Padilla up and at him. But all good. No harm, no foul. 14-12 Sonora with a minute and change to go before the half. Rancho does a 3-and-out for Sonora. Gets the ball back. There's Yanni Padilla. He goes ahead and finds Pedro Gomez. Defender misses the ball. He catches it into his hands. Look at this. Now, this is the play of the game right here, if you ask me. This is for the 2-point conversion. Jeremy Johnson busts to the outside, gets hit, takes the extra effort, and leaps in. So nice. Let's go ahead and watch it twice. We'll slow it down here. He comes around the outside after taking the hit. He tries to keep both feet in bounds. He does. Reaches. Bang. Goes ahead for 2. It's 20-14 at the half. Rancho over Sonora. Unfortunately, an absolute heartbreaker for Rancho Mirage. It goes into overtime. Sonora ties the game, or down 1 rather. Instead of going to tie it for the extra point, they go for 2 and walk it off and win 35-34. An absolute crusher for the Rancho Mirage Rattlers. But look, I mean, they won league this year, undefeated, ran league. Heck of a job by Coach Matthews and company. They'll be back. They'll be okay.
Yeah, well, the undefeated DVL champs at home tonight against Wilson Hacienda Heights. We're talking about the Yucca Valley Trojans, and, well, it was all Trojans tonight. Quarterback Michael Ramos just had himself a night tonight as well. You know, we know about all the targets that he has, but here he finds Javin Hudson with a great gap just short of the goal line, and then the quarterback would take it in himself to extend the lead late in the game. Guys, there's not much to say. The Trojans go on to win 49-20 and 49-21, and we'll move on to the next round. Congrats to Coach Johnson.
Yeah, look, he's one of those, you meet him at first, very quiet, laid back. You don't know what to expect. All they do is win up there. He's good. He's good. One of the good ones. So.
He is one of the good ones. Now, still to come here on Friday Night Lights, a showdown between 2 local high schools. They know each other very well, but it was a rematch between the Saints and the La Quinta Blackhawks. Who would come out on top? Well, you're going to have to wait to take a look.
Plus, we'll hear from who we just saw there, Coach Jeremy Johnson with the Yucca Valley Trojans, as they go on to the second round of the playoffs. Super proud of his team tonight, as he mentioned. You'll hear about that coming up after the break. Oh, welcome back. We mentioned before the break, a huge night for the Yucca Valley Trojans following their win. Head coach Jeremy Johnson talks about just how proud of this group he is tonight.
Oh, you know what? It's gratifying for all of us coaches. You know, you coach them all week, and by Friday night they got to know what to do, and then you just make the adjustments as we go. And so I'm just proud of the leadership these guys have shown. The seniors, you know, big class in this group, and these guys have a special place in my heart because they were here when COVID hit, and I came over and took this program over during that crazy time. We only had 2 games canceled anyway. I'm just excited to see what these guys can do, you know, moving forward, because they're highly motivated.
They will play again next week, right? They're going to move on to the next round. We're still waiting to find out. Some schools know whether or not they're going to be home or not. We got to do our homework here over the weekend.
We are going to have to do our homework. But now more highlights. To Thermal we go. The Coachella Valley Mighty Arabs hosting South El Monte tonight. Now, CV created a hefty lead at the start and only wanted to keep it going. And guys, how could you not when you have the guy with the name of Aaron Ramirez in the backfield? A handoff to him. He breaks ankles on his way to get the first down, and then some. Spin move king, I call him. Pushed out of bounds over there because you can't stop him unless you get him out. Gets him in the red zone to set up Derek Calderon, who connects with a short pass to Mikey Rodriguez, who pivots out, gets the defender all jumbled up. But, you know, extra point is good. Everything is good. CV stretches the lead a little bit more. But South El Monte caught some wind, and they would find the end zone not once, but twice in the second quarter to steal a narrow lead over the Mighty Arabs. Now, you know the team. They're chirpy. They don't like that. CV didn't like that too much. So with 2 minutes left on the clock, they go to work. Hand off to a 2-3 Aaron Ramirez. Just short of the goal line, but they're going to keep it moving, and they'll do it once again as they have all season. To the end zone he goes, pushing his way. Look, defenders just can't stop this kid. Touchdown CV, and now they'll go into the locker rooms 25-21 CV, Tim. But, you know, it's all about just how much that defense just really stood tall against South El Monte. Now they get into the red zone. The Eagles QB Matthew Medina just kept on looking to his left for any receiver matched up with Mikey Rodriguez. Now that's kind of dangerous. I call that dangerous waters. And despite getting sacked by a ton of green jerseys, well, Medina, he would turn to his left yet again, Tim, and you know how that ended? Not too good for him if you're rooting for them, okay? Take a look at that. You keep poking the bear, Tim, and he's going to go off. Mikey with the pick. Look at that. Well, guys, you know what? They continue to move it. That just solidified a great run in the second half. Second half team. The final in this one, 46-27. Don't poke the bear.
It's only a matter of time until they pick that off. There's a couple good throws. One of those, the receiver probably should have had. Those other two, you're not going to get that past Rodriguez.
Yeah, well, it kept on hitting 85 in the numbers. I don't know why you kept on going to them.
Oh, still ahead. We'll go ahead and wrap this up on the other side of the break. But we'll hear from the winning coach. Is it La Quinta or Xavier Prep? Which of those winning coaches are we going to hear from? We'll find out next.
Well, welcome back. Before we close it on out, Tim, I mean, now to the arguably the biggest game of the night. Tonight.
I'd say so.
Right? You would say so? Two local teams going at it. La Quinta hosting Xavier Prep once again. This time, it's win or go home. A lot on the line tonight for both sides. And both of them had definitely a lot to prove tonight. We talked to them, players telling me this time around, they're treating it like a brand new game. They want to forget what happened in the regular season because it's a postseason. Saints start off with the ball and start off on absolute fire. 2-1, you know him, Tyson Ruiz in motion, gets a short pass and turns it into such a big play for the Saints. Big gain going down that opening drive off to a great start. But then it's 0. Jesus Passos with the handoff. And he finds a hole and just keeps on trucking along. Red zone action now for the Saints. Freshman QB Kingston Pelham hands it off to Passos yet again, but Tim, he finds the end zone that time. The Saints strike first. 3 plays is all you need, I guess, when you're a Saint. Halftime, it wouldn't change. It would be 7-0 Saints. Now, La Quinta, they had Aiden Nsabuga back, getting those reps in, but it was hard for them to find the end zone at all. So at the end of this drive, they would settle for a field goal. Now, freshman Pelham scrambling is able to look down and find an open Ben Langluis. Keep it moving and move those chains for the Saints. Now, take a look at that. Austin McDaniel in the backfield, and what does he do? Gets a handoff, and then the tutty. Congrats to Austin, you guys out there. The final in this one be such a low-scoring game. Both of them really wanted to win. 14-3. Xavier Prep comes out on top. Congrats to the Saints. Both of these teams just really wanted to win. Are both very humble teams, but you know, at the end of the day, it just came down to the Saints coming out on top.
Yeah, it's one of those where you don't want to see either of those teams go home just because they're in our league, in our valley, in our area. Those low scorers are because those two teams know each other extremely well and both coached extremely well. So congrats to both. Of course, La Quinta had a great season. Xavier Prep, congrats. You're moving on. It is one of those deals where it's just just like, can we just have them both move on in some way somehow? But following the big win, Saints head coach James Dockery talked about just how proud he is of his team, not only on offense and defense. He talked about they made a little change offensively that he had some trouble with. But go ahead and take a look at his answers tonight.
I mean, I think we played defense well all year. Rancho scored a couple touchdowns on defense last week, but our defense is giving up less than 11 points a game on the year. They're truly an elite defense. When you play defense like we do, you should have a chance to win a championship, and so far we still have that chance. Man, I didn't sleep too well this week because Joe Barry is a great guy. He means a lot to our locker room, and he's done a lot to get us to this point. We felt like the freshman gives us a little bit of diversity in a sense of the run game and the pass game. Joe Barry was a great leader this week and giving King confidence, and King is going for the moment. He's a big-time player, and the moment wasn't too big.
All right, let's take a look at that scoreboard. Nope, we're just going to thank you guys so much. Second round of the playoffs, here we come. Coachella Valley, we'll see you next week.